Greetings. This is Rotaract Jain, Comms of Director of Arts Hinduja for the year 21-22. Welcome to the 9th episode of Inspiring Icons Talk with Rajnandani Parmar. She is the founder of the first Pride Club of Jodhpur, who's trying to break the stigma around the LGBTQ community. So I welcome you, Rajnandani. It's a pleasure to have you here. So without any further ado and taking up your time, I'll begin with the questions. My first question is, what inspired you to start this club?
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for the great introduction. And what inspired me is basically my mother had a friend who was gay, and he was actually very outspoken and proud of his identity. That's why my mother has always been aware about LGBTQ community. So my mother doesn't never had a problem with this issue, and but when that guy told about himself to his parents, to his family, they were not very acceptable. They started threatening him that if you don't get married, we will bury you in our house only. And I was very small back then. I was not aware about LGBTQ community, but I knew that these type of people exist somewhere, and it is normal. I was in a very ऐसे bubbly वाला phase में थी मैं कि ये चीजें normal है यार, इतनी कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, इस बारे में बात भी क्यों कर रहे हैं. तो ऐसा था. तो he got married, and and then 1 year later, my father was reading newspaper, and there was this small article in the corner जहाँ पे it was written कि this guy has committed suicide by lying under the train, and the name was there, right? And my father knew him, of course. So my mother is a working woman actually. So my father suddenly called my mother, asking her that if he is the same guy. And my mother was so sure that this guy cannot be him. सारे इतने सारे लोग हो सकते हैं सेम नाम का, तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. But when my mother and his friends interrogated and investigated about this, they got to know that he's the same guy, and there was this parental pressure of having a baby. So this was the whole incident which happened. And when I grew up, actually that guy was very close to me also when I was little. Very close, I mean, because बच्चे को क्या चाहिए होता है, थोड़ा सा प्यार दो, थोड़ा सा चॉकलेट्स दो, अब आपका फेवरेट बन जाएगा वो इंसान. तो वो वाला सीन था. एंड he gave me this a small pink color box जिसमें मिंट की गोलियां आती है. और वो बॉक्स ऐसा है कि अभी तक मैंने संभाल के रखा हुआ है. तो जैसे जैसे बड़ी हुई, so then when I grew up and got to know that this thing is actually not very normalized, when suddenly I actually ये अभी जब मैंने start किया था, the story behind this is मतलब ये कहीं ना कहीं ये reason था, but I thought कि ये चीज already normalized है. मतलब एक बहुत बबली वर्ल्ड में थी मैं. बट व्हेन आई गॉट टू नो कि लोग अभी तक नॉर्मलाइज नहीं है, वो इंसिडेंट ये था कि आई सडनली शेयर्ड अ वीडियो ऑन माय इंस्टाग्राम जहाँ पे देयर वाज दिस पर्सन फ्रॉम द कम्युनिटी जहाँ पे वो बता रहा था दैट प्लीज डोंट यूज वर्ड्स स्लर्स लाइक मीठा छक्का, जो अपन लोग इतने इट्स ऑफेंसिव वर्ड्स यूज करते हैं, बिकॉज somewhere this you can be saying it in a very funny way and in a very fun way, but this is a negative voice which is going to stay in their head for years. This negative voice is going to be there and you don't know for how many years. So I just randomly shared it because I was very open about it. मैंने कहा क्या फर्क पड़ता है, शेयर कर देती हूँ, because these are also my opinions. So very close friend of mine only told me कि ये सब तो नाटक है and this is just a way of getting attention. तो इन सब चीजों में कहाँ पड़ रही है. And at that point of time I realized that my friends only, my close friends only are not normalized about it. So how am I expecting from others to be normal about it? So that day, then I realized that, there is a need to do something about it and, to talk about it firstly. Then I talked with people, few of my friends, and I got to know that there are a lot of my friends only who are actually close to me, वही ऐसा सोच रहे हैं. तो कुछ तो करने की जरूरत है. So yeah, that's where I got the inspiration from, and that's when I realized, let's do something.
My next question to you is that there's always a time where things go wrong, you don't get supported. So how did you deal with that? How did you come up with that?
To be honest, like most of the teenagers जो मेरी age के हैं, because like I am 17, and like there are friends of mine who are in that phase only. Yeah, so they have already been in that phase. Yeah, they are going through that phase, or there will be some time सबकी life में आता है, which is a very general problem. So I would say कि there was a time जहाँ पे there was this very traumatic experience that I had. It took me like 1 month to overcome, and I actually personally don't feel that there is a term called overcome. Overcome, you can all like problem is very problem will be of the same size only. Your head will grow around it. वो प्रॉब्लम होती ही रहेगी, बट आपका दिमाग उसकी तरफ कितना ग्रो कर पा रहा है और कितना स्पेस बना पा रहा है for different memories, for different experiences. That's like I don't believe in the term called overcome, but the term called growing. So like that is what my mantra is for life. The trauma is going to be there, but you will have to grow around it. So yeah, that would be the advice.
So that's a very beautiful quote, by the way. I'm going to remember it. The next question is that what are your thoughts on the representation of LGBTQ people in the Bollywood industry? Now that Bollywood has started making movies on it, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. Actually, a few days ago only, like my whole family watched Badai Do, which is a great movie, by the way. I mean, there were a lot of mistakes which were in that movie, but like instead of criticizing them, we should appreciate that, directors, filmmakers में इतना courage था, that they could make such films in the society like India, in a country like India, because it's still a taboo if you consider it or not. It is. So that's why somewhere, yeah, I mean, give powers, all the powers कि हाँ भाई करो जितना हो सके, because myself feel that cinema in India, like cinema everywhere, holds a very powerful place in changing people's mindset, right? So yeah, I would congratulate and of course give more power to all the filmmakers to come out and make such films.
So my next question is also kind of similar. There are a lot of laws framed by our constitution regarding the LGBT community, and they actually changed some time ago. What are your thoughts on the law curated for them?
Okay, so when this 377 section got decriminalized, no, I was not aware that much about the community कि भाई ऐसे लोग exist करते भी हैं, because अभी भी actually बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिन लोगों को पता भी नहीं है that these things actually exist, to be honest, right? So I was also one of those people only when this was happening. So if now, like after growing up and knowing कि ये चीजें exist करती है, when I look back, so I think that it was a great step from the government, but somewhere it was not enough, because अभी बहुत सारा प्रोग्रेस बचा है, मतलब लीगल एक्सेप्टेंस मिल चुकी है, बट सोशल एक्सेप्टेंस ना चाह के भी अभी तक नहीं मिली है, राइट? तो फॉर दैट अभी गवर्नमेंट को काम करना बहुत बचा है, ऑफ कोर्स सोसाइटी को भी काम करना बचा है. सो या अभी जैसे मैरिज भी है, मैरिज इज ऑल्सो नॉट अभी डिक्रिमिनलाइज. तो आई वांट कि ये सब चीजें भी हो. आई नो ग्रोथ हो रही है, बट बहुत लो पेस पे ग्रोथ हो रही है. तो to engine that growth, I want कि गवर्नमेंट और भी कुछ ले एक्शंस. उसके लिए हम भी काम कर रहे हैं. Let's make like a better place for the community in future.
Definitely. So my next question is, a lot of people now that social media has taken a has made a very huge impact and people are being aware about it. A lot of children, teenagers are struggling with their own gender identity. So what message would you like to give to them?
The message is basically that you don't, first of all, you just need to accept yourself. First, ये काम कर लोगे तो बाद वाली जो तुम्हारी battles है, it will be more easy because the first step of LGBTQ community is accepting yourself. तो अगर वो तुमने कॉन्कर कर लिया तो बाद वाले बैटल्स के लिए हम लोग हैं जहाँ पे देयर आर लॉट ऑफ एलाइज हु आर वर्किंग फॉर इट. तो हम लोग हैं, हम साथ देंगे, बिल्कुल करो जो करना है. एंड देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल जो सोचते हैं कि अगर हमने अभी बोल दिया कि वी आर लेस्बियन तो अभी कुछ टाइम बाद में हम ये नहीं बोल सकते वी आर बाइसेक्सुअल, नहीं तो लोग क्या सोचेंगे. बट दिस ऑल्सो कम्स इन LGBTQ कम्युनिटी. देयर इज अ टर्म कॉल्ड फ्लूइडिटी, gender fluidity, जहाँ पे you feel different things, different variants over the time, and you don't need to be ashamed कि यार मुझे अलग अलग क्यों feel हो रहा है, because attractiveness, being attracted to, is never in your hand, never in your hand, so you can't blame yourself for that.
So my next question to you is that what can the society do to accent? There are a lot of terms where, as you told, that we usually just throw around terms like Nita Chakka and everything as humor.
Yeah.
We term it as humor. So what steps can the society do to not make them feel different? Because I feel we make them feel different a lot. So what can be done to the society actually?
Yeah, so like society, देखो I देखो बहुत ज़्यादा negative sound करूँगी, but this society is a very stereotypical and a patriarchal society. ठीक है, it wants you to be in a should way वाली जो line होती है, it wants you to be there, and if you go out of that line, no, you'll be termed as a bad person. तुम्हें एक टैग लग जाएगा, एक टर्म तुम्हें मिल जाएगा that नहीं, ये तो बाहर चली गई है इस वे के, and he or she is wrong. तो वो सब चीजें तो देखो चलेगी. टू स्टॉप दैट थिंग, एक्टिविज्म, जो अवेयरनेस है, दैट नीड्स टू बी शो अप. मतलब माना कि हेट्रोसेक्सुअलिटी मेजॉरिटी में है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि होमोसेक्सुअलिटी एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं कर सकती, राइट? तो यही चीज है जो अवेयरनेस थ्रू इवेंट्स, थ्रू जैसे जो नुक्कड़ नाटक होते हैं, दे एक्चुअली मेक अ लॉट ऑफ इम्पैक्ट. आई फील के सोसाइटी को इस तरह ही बताना चाहिए. एंड सोसाइटी कहती है कभी कभी दैट दिस इज अ वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट, this LGBTQ community is a Western concept. So I actually want to tell everybody that अपना इंडियन कल्चर ही है जो हिस्टोरिकल टाइम से it has accepted the LGBTQ community. Like there are Ajanta caves, there is the Ved के अंदर there is a whole chapter called कामा सूत्र, जिसमें homosexual acts के बारे में there is a whole chapter. Yeah, so ये सब चीजें अपने खुद के इंडियन कल्चर में है. एंड यू आर सेइंग कि वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट है. वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट तो वो था जो 377 सेक्शन उन लोगों ने लगाया, बिकॉज इंडियन गवर्नमेंट नहीं थी जिसने 377 सेक्शन लगाया. इट वाज द वेस्टर्न गवर्नमेंट, इट वाज द ब्रिटिशर्स. तो एजुकेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फैक्ट्स के थ्रू इनको माइंड चेंज करना, वही एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग वे होगा ऑफ चेंजिंग देयर माइंडसेट्स.
My last question is, what would be the message you would like to put out to the current generation?
As you know, I mean, I myself has been a very vulnerable person, very emotional person, and I believe that LGBTQ community is somewhere around feelings only, around being vulnerable, being able to accept what you're feeling and knowing what you're feeling, right? We all are in that phase कि जहाँ पे अपन discover कर रहे हैं कि अपन लोग अभी क्या feel कर रहे हैं, right? तो आई वॉन्ट के लोग जाने, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल खुद को जाने, एंड एक्सेप्ट करे खुद को जैसे हैं, एंड बीइंग एबल टू टॉक अबाउट ओन फीलिंग्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम क्या होता है, जैसे आई माई सेल्फ एज अ टीनेजर, आई नो कि एक टीनेजर क्या फील कर रहा होता है अभी इस वाले फेज के अंदर, कंफ्यूजन, एंजाइटीज, पैनिक अटैक्स, ये सब चीजें मतलब टीनेजर को गो थ्रू करने को हो रहा है. सब लोग यही सेम फील कर रहे हैं अभी एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ लाइफ. तो आई वांट टू टेल देम कि इट इज नॉर्मल, you will get through it, it will pass, and there will be a time jahan pe, you know, everything will be sorted and everything will be fine. So yeah, just keep calm and grow.
That was a lovely message indeed, and it was so fun and inspiring talking to you. I got to know a lot of things. So thank you so much for giving us your precious time and being a part
So
of this and agreeing to do this.
thank you so much for giving us a platform to actually speak about our problems, our, you know, the things we actually face doing all these things. So thank you so much for giving us that platform. And I've seen other Icon Talks, those episodes, and I've learned
Oh,
so
that's
much.
so sweet. That is
I
so
was
sweet
like,
of
wow.
you. No, that
I
is
mean,
so
I
sweet
actually
of
watched
you.
like सारे episodes देख लिया.
Oh,
So they were
that is
actually
so
really
sweet
nice.
of you. That is so sweet of you. Thank you so much. And I hope that you and I and all of us together make a better place for every human being,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just progress, just do progress at a fastest pace. We have all the amenities and facilities. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Bye.